The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
Race fans, it's time for Chase to the Checkered. Last Saturday, the rain made us say goodbye early. Some said goodbye to their rear bumper. Some said goodbye to their points lead. And a champion said goodbye to his winning streak. It's time for the highlights, so say hello to the wall. Put your toys away, because Chase to the Checkered starts now.
Hi, I'm Bob Henry, and I'm from Latrobe. Race fans, start your engines!
Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. Last Saturday night was Firefighter Night at Jennerstown, and fire companies from throughout the region showed off their equipment to the crowd. It's good we had all this fire equipment on hand because the points races in many divisions are red hot. One example, the Jennerstown Speedway Chargers. For the first few laps, number 74 Phil Grubbs had his hands full with number 57 Andrew Kostelnik for the lead. But Grubbs pulled ahead, taking the front spot early. A few laps later, number 24 Chantal Germick was trying to get around Kostelnik for second. Number 27 Greg Preisner came up and joined in the challenge. Germick got pinned behind Kostelnik, and Preisner shot by both drivers on the outside, moving from fourth to second in a blink. While they were busy, Grubbs was able to amass a huge lead. Everyone maintained their line, and the race stayed caution-free. Phil Grubbs won the Jennerstown Speedway Charger feature. This was Haas's third trip to victory lane in 2003.
I got a bad habit when I'm up front. You can't judge yourself. Bill taught us a little bit, told us to go up against the wall, let the car free up and run every lap the same way. You know, I'm new at this and I'm trying to learn, but we got her done tonight.
Grubbs was joined in the top five by Greg Preisner, Chantal Germick, Dwayne Knoll, and Mike Stevens. Preisner's 15th top five finish of the year moved him into a tie with Chantal Germick for the lead in the Jennerstown Speedway Charger points. Haas Grubbs is just 10 points behind in second. Race fans, tonight's race is sure to have lots of fireworks. After 17 weeks of racing, the championship will be determined by the final race of the season tonight. How's that for drama? Now, a division that may not have the drama, but it packs plenty of excitement. The Jennerstown Speedway Street Stocks. Number 33, Jeff Petrini, and number 35, Bill Ashton, led the field through the early laps, with Petrini moving ahead for first. Points leader, number 0, Dink Colarusa, was looking to keep his winning streak alive. He would have his work cut out for him in this race. Way out in front, Ashton chased Petrini for the lead for more than half a dozen laps. His chase ended as number 3, Jim Nicola, brought out the caution just past the race's halfway point. On the restart after a second caution, number 34, Richard Nicola, shot low and made it a three-wide battle for the lead. Petrini backed off as Nicola and number 35, Bill Ashton, fought neck and neck for the top spot. Seconds later, number 73, Roger Onstead, used the very bottom line to take a shot at the front. But a chain reaction was started, and number 07, Josh Dunmeyer, and number 74, Jason Holder, paid the price.
It looked like there was a wreck happening in front of me, and I went to get down out of the way, and my car got loose, and it was wrecking from there on out. So I just knew I was going to back into the wall, and then I didn't know what else was going to happen.
When the race resumed, Bill Ashton, number 34 Richard Nicola, and number 73 Roger Onstead were fighting at the front. Nicola slowed, and Onstead moved ahead for second. With 1 lap to go, Onstead got by Ashton and brought Jeff Petrini and others with him. Onstead took off with the lead and the win in the street stock feature at Jennerstown. This was the first win of 2003 for Friedens, Pennsylvania's Roger Onstead.
I told you I was going to get him this year. We finally got him. First one I've lived in all year. That was some little beating and banging, but it's for the lead. You just take her and go.
No, he's a fast, good driver. I knew if I stayed in front of him, I might have taken it, but I got behind him, I ran with him, and that's where the car finished. It was a second place car.
Onstead and Petrini were followed by Richard Nicola, Bill Ashton, and Dave Tamarina in the top 5 finishers. Absent from the top 5 for the first time in 2003 was Dink Colarusso. His record-breaking winning streak of 13 consecutive wins came to an end.
We've developed a slight miss in the motor the last couple of weeks to dodge some bullets. We think it's a fuel problem, a carburetor or something in the fuel. It's starving itself, and it's flat. It was flat all night coming out of the corner, even in the outside groove. It just wouldn't go.
Colarusso is followed by Roger Onstead, Jason Holder, Billy Mostaller, and Josh Dunmeyer in the top 5 in the street stock points. Colarusso is assured of the 2003 division title, but we'll get to that next week. Coming up on C2C, we've got the highlights from the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks, the PA Legacy Series, and so much more. But first, let's see if you can make the connection. Brought to you by RaceFansConnect.com. When was the first year the Pro Trucks began to race at Jennerstown Speedway? Was it 1990, 1995, 1997, or 1999? Stay tuned for the answer. In 2 minutes, we'll be back with more highlights on Chase to the Checkered after these words from our sponsors. Race fans, welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. The Super Mini Cups made another appearance at Jennerstown last Saturday. In the Pro Mod trucks, Dave Miller was the winner.
This is a new class that we're trying to get started for the older adults that had a few years in the Mini Cups and would like to move up to something a little more horsepower.
In the Mini Cup cars, Matt Wallace won the feature.
I knew they would get out on me at the start, especially the 2 and the 34. I guess the 32 had problems. He's generally a very strong car, but I was glad to see that caution, but I think I might have been able to still get him.
Wallace was followed by Ken Stabley Jr., Kevin Moore, Mike Walker, and Frankie White in the top 5. Now, something a bit faster, the Jennerstown Speedway Modifieds. Number 60, Bob Bench Jr. moved from the outside of row 1 to lead at the start. After a 19-lap battle, number 1 Mike Bacalon came alongside of number 42 Jason Bush and passed him for second. Points leader, number 37 Paul Urso, tried to get by Bush for third but ran out of laps. Bob Bench Jr. took home the trophy in the Modifieds feature. This was the Irwin, Pennsylvania driver's division-leading 8th win of 2003.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder if my luck was going to come back or not. I needed tonight. Our whole crew needed tonight.
Mike Bacalon, Jason Bush, Paul Urso, and Bernie McQuillan made up the rest of the top 5 finishers of the feature. Mike Bacalon's second place finish helped him to move within 4 points of division points leader Paul Urso. Jason Bush, Matt Smith, and Brian Stevenson make up the rest of the top 5 modified point getters. Tonight's race is the last modified race of 2003, and it will determine who walks away with the championship. It's also the last time you'll see the Modifieds racing as their own division at Jennerstown Speedway. We'll have more on that coming up later on C2C. Now, speaking of heavy competition, let's check out the highlights from the PA Legacy Series. Number 4, Brett Boyer had the pole position and took off with the lead when the green dropped. As they completed lap 1, number 12, Andrew Wiley, got passed on both sides and was quickly moved back. Seconds later, everyone would get slowed down after number 53, Lauren Butler, spun on the backstretch, bringing out the caution. When the race resumed, Brett Boyer and number 59, Kyle Martell, fought wheel to wheel for the lead for several laps. But Boyer got loose going into turn 2, giving Martell the lead and allowing number 13, Chris Brink, to shoot by for second. The next lap, number 70, PJ Ehrlich got by Boyer for third. 10 laps in, number 04, Rick Boyer, pulled alongside and tried to pass number 24, Jamie Balkovac, for fifth. The two-time series champ said no way and sent Boyer back to sixth. By lap 15, number 13, Chris Brink, and number 70, PJ Ehrlich had caught up to race leader number 59, Kyle Martell. But as they crossed the line, Brink tried to go low and clipped number 19, Ken Pierce, sending the two spinning and bringing out the yellow flag. Brink was sent to the back of the pack. On the restart, the front four were packed together. A slight jerk by the 59, and number 70, PJ Ehrlich, assumes the lead from Martell. As Ehrlich moved ahead, Brett Boyer and Kyle Martell were in a hot battle for third. Boyer took the position and had Ehrlich in his sights. Number 55, Dave Campbell, got a little loose and almost collected number 04, Rick Boyer. With one lap to go, Brett Boyer had trouble, and Martell rocketed by, moving the 59 to second and Boyer to third. But this race belonged to the number 70, as PJ Ehrlich took home the win in the PA Legacy Series feature. This was the Oakmont, Pennsylvania driver's series-leading fourth win of 2003 at Jennerstown.
Oh, yeah, it was a great weekend for us. 2 wins in a row this weekend. Motors ran Friday night and Saturday night here. So it's a tough racing out there. It's a good race.
A couple laps there to go. Brett got loose coming out at 2, and we got him on the high side. So, well, second's better than nothing.
My car would run short term fast, and then it would start going away on me, getting looser and looser, and that caution flag helped me a lot.
Jamie Balkovac and Dave Campbell rounded out the top 5 finishers of the PA Legacy Series feature. His win on Friday at Motordrome Speedway, combined with this win, allowed PJ Ehrlich to move into a tie for the PA Legacy Series points lead with Jamie Balkovac. Kyle Martell is just 6 points behind in third. The Boyer brothers have a distant shot at the championship from the 4th and 5th positions. Like many other divisions at Jennerstown, tonight's race will determine who goes home as a champion and who just goes home. Coming up next, we've got the news that jolted pit road at Jennerstown. Plus, we've got the highlights of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. And we'll tell you about tonight's season finale at the Laurel Highlands Oval. But first, let's see if you can make the connection. Brought to you by RaceFansConnect.com. When was the first year the Pro Trucks began to race at Jennerstown Speedway? Was it 1990, 1995, 1997, or 1999? Stay tuned. The answer is coming up on Chase to the Checkered. We'll be back with more right after this. Welcome back to Chase to the Checkered. Now, were you able to make the connection? Brought to you by RaceFansConnect.com. When was the first year the Pro Trucks began to race at Jennerstown Speedway? Was it 1990, 1995, 1997, or 1999? The Pro Trucks ran their first race at Jennerstown Speedway in 1997 as part of the Pro Stock division at the Laurel Highlands Oval. A future trivia question could be, what was the last year the Pro Trucks ran at Jennerstown? The answer would be 2003. Track owner and general manager Dave Wheeler dropped some bad news on the drivers, crews, owners, and fans by announcing that both the Modifieds and Pro Trucks have been eliminated from next year's lineup at Jennerstown Speedway.
We're not going to run the mods next year, and we're going to bring out the old Pro Stock division to replace the trucks, and hopefully that's going to give the drivers a stepping stone to get to the late model. What I kind of feel has been happening is drivers are going from the street stock division, jumping over the truck division, going to the late model because it's actually cheaper to get into that division with used equipment. We've had trouble drawing trucks all year. Motordrome doesn't seem to have trouble with the truck count. We've had trouble with the mod count all year. They don't seem to have trouble with that. I think as a businessman, I have to look at both sides of this fence, be fair to the racers, but yet we've got to pay for the place, and I think it's a good move in that direction.
No doubt, this was met with some varying opinions along pit road.
That's kind of disappointing news for the fans and especially the owners of these vehicles. Myself, I'm sitting here with 2 trucks and kind of out in the cold now.
It's definitely a tough pill to swallow, just obsoleted all our equipment. It was a necessary evil though. I feel moving to a Pro Stock from the truck, it's going to be more of a lateral move. The big thing is going to be motor cost. The crate motor is only $4,600 or $4,800.
I have no idea what we're going to do. We had planned on just running one track here next year. We got a brand new truck. It's only got 5 or 6 nights on it, so I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, I think it's sad I'm not going to run the trucks. I think the people like the trucks. I think it puts on a lot of great racing, and I just feel really bad about it. We don't know what our plans are.
But the drivers had to put it all behind them. There was a race to run. Here are the highlights from one of the last feature races of the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. The Brooks Automotive Group pace car dropped into the pits, and number 36, Greg Kelly, and number 97, Jason Lasky, led the field into the first lap. The front 6 were door to door, but Kelly took the lead. 3 laps in, the Route 219 rivalry of number 97, Jason Lasky, and number 20, Josh Kokenauer, flared up again as the two got together in turn 3, sending several trucks spinning.
We got turned from behind. Don't want to point any fingers. It was a racing deal. Not mad. We're going to fix the truck, come back next week.
Number 16, Eugene Severno's truck was severely damaged, and he was done for the night. Points leader Todd Price was caught up in the wreck too, and his crew went to work on the 96 and got him back out. On the restart, Greg Kelly and number 41, Derek Wink, shot out in front of Lasky. 5 laps later, Lasky brought the 97 in for the night. That same lap, Josh Kokenauer's crew got the 20 truck back out onto the track, but his stay on the speedway was a short one. With 6 laps to go, Kokenauer got into the wall, severely damaging his truck and bringing out the caution. On the restart, number 41, Derek Wink, took off with the lead, but he pushed a little high coming out of turn 2. Greg Kelly took advantage of this and retook the lead. Number 8, Marion Reno Jr. followed for second. Kelly built up a sizable lead over the field and won the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Truck feature.
It doesn't have quite enough horsepower for these guys. It's got a restrictor plate in it. And it takes a little while for it to build up momentum.
Kelly was followed by Marion Reno Jr., Derek Wink, Todd Price, and Todd Corson in the top 5. Todd Price now holds a 26-point lead over Marion Reno Jr. in the Tommy Gale Hallmark Trailers Pro Trucks. Jason Lasky, Josh Kokenauer, and Adam Kostelnik make up the rest of the top 5 in points. What about the highlights from the Rolling Rock late models? Well, this is as fast as they would go last week. Mother Nature stepped in Saturday night and forced Jennerstown Speedway management to stop racing due to more rain. In the points, Barriotti holds the lead by 12 points over Neil Brown. Bobby Henry, Mark Catone, and Tommy Beck make up the top 5 in points in the Rolling Rock late models. The close points races, twin 50-lap late model features, and division champions will be crowned in the last night of 2003 NASCAR racing at Jennerstown tonight. Adult admission for all this is just $10. Kids 12 and under will be admitted for free. Get to Jennerstown Speedway tonight. All the drama and action. You simply couldn't ask for a better season finale. Next week on C2C, we'll have the highlights and driver interviews from all of tonight's racing at Jennerstown. Plus, we'll have in-depth interviews with each division champ in our Salute to the Champions, presented by Rumsberg Media. You won't want to miss our season finale coming up next week, right here on C2C. I'm Steve Richard. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next Saturday morning for the season finale of Chase to the Checkered. But we hope to see you tonight at Jennerstown Speedway.